I'm Brindley Pieters and a resident of Central Florida for the past 25 years. SunRail is a rail system that will work from DeLand to Point Siena eventually, but it's really a rail system. It's a commuter rail system. It's a rail system that the area definitely needs. Well, the most important thing is the environment. We need to have an environment that we can really prosper in. And this certainly alleviates a lot of the hydrocarbons, the carbon monoxide that we have in our system because of the congestion. So this system really helps. It helps to alleviate a lot of that congestion and provides cleaner air for all of our children. Well, SunRail itself provides jobs. It's a system where people are put to work also too. So it's not that because of SunRail, we're taking away jobs. SunRail makes jobs happen. I mean, we're having a system where we're putting people to work. It is a great economic boom. We look at many of the systems around the country. I'm particularly familiar with Washington, D.C., seeing what happened in the Silver Spring area, where communities just grew around the stations, where we have a station stop, and that becomes a sort of a new area where you have business growing. It's a whole new center where you can have lots of activities. It's something that we need to have. Well, it's not only that you will sit down on the train and listen to music. You can do so much work on the train. You can have your laptop. You can be working there. You can be texting. You're actually at work sitting on the train. So the benefit that you will gain from that is immeasurable. Well, on the weekends, the first thing I think about is, how you can get from one venue or how you can get to venues, without having to go on the road. I mean, because, we look at, sports events that we can certainly, utilize SunRail for and be able to get from point A to point B with, with that form of mass transit. Well, it's sad to say that if it doesn't happen, we're further behind. Our community, instead of going forward, will certainly be going backwards. We want to go forward as a community. And if this doesn't happen, we are certainly more behind the 8 ball. We need to talk to our legislators. Our legislators have a big task at hand. But we need to talk to them. We need to let them know exactly how we feel about the system. We need to let them know that we want the system to happen. And that is very important for our community. We need to have less of a dependency on fuel. We need to have an economy where we can strive in the future. We want to have SunRail. It really does. I'm from the old school. I believe that the legislators want to hear from us. I think they want to hear from every one of us to know how we feel, because they're working for us. They're supporting us. They want to know how we feel. So I think it works.